No? Okay. Ellen is here. Okay, is there anything I've forgotten to do? Good. Oh, one more thing. Yes, I do have something else I gotta do. One more thing. Troy's here. Hi, Troy. Yeah.
This is DRF. About a walker.
I'll have to call him back.
He's on my mic.
And I just realized I haven't been turning the pages over here on this. Okay, got it. Baruch et Adonai HaMivorak. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due. Baruch Adonai HaMivorak Leolam Vaed. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Your love has embraced us always, in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day, in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, listen, O Israel. Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. Praised be God's glorious sovereignty throughout all time. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. You shall love Adonai your God with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Set these words which I command you on this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy before your God. I, Adonai, am your God who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai, your God, is truth. Micha Mocha.
Oh, say,
Who is like you, Adonai, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Reba, you're upside down. Oh well. Oh God, you are a consolation to your creatures. For in moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care, and we are comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You are here, we fail words to say. Matov. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Baruch atah Adonai. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem. I think she's going to fix it. There. Not quite. Yitkadav, yitkadash shemi rabba, ve'alma divrach irutei, ve'amlik machotei, becha yekonu v'yom, yekonu v'chai, dekol beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shemi rabba bevarak, le'alam al ne'amaya, yitbarak, yitbarak, v'yishtabach, v'yitbar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shmir kudesha b'richu, le'ela mikol birkata, v'shirata, tushbechata v'nekemata, damiran be'alma, v'imeru, amen. V'amida. Adonai, sifetai tiftaku fi yagid tehilatecha, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rakel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei Hakol, V'Zoker Kastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, v'chayei hakol ata, Rav le'Hoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chaim bekesed, Mekayei hakol berakamim rabim, Shomet nofelim ve'rofei kolim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Mikavo kabal Now take a moment to say your own private prayer from your heart. Oh, say shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברכלותי וימליק מלכותי, וחייכון ויומכון וחיי כל בית ישראל, והגלל ויזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויפע ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונקמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. We'll just pretend that you're in Australia. Now so in a nutshell. So completing the head count of the children of Israel taken in the Sinai desert, a total of 8,580 Levite men between the ages of 30 and 50 are counted in a tally of those who will be doing the actual work of transporting the tabernacle. That was the 3 segments of the Levites that I mentioned last week. God communicates to Moses the law of the Sotah, the wayward wife, suspected of unfaithfulness to her husband. Also given is the law of the Nazir, who forswears wine, lets his or her hair grow long, and is forbidden to become contaminated through contact with a dead body. Aaron and his descendants, the Kohanim, are instructed on how to bless the people of Israel. The leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel each bring their offerings for the inauguration of the altar. Although their gifts are identical, each is brought on a different day and is individually described by the Torah. And it's interesting that they've done a whole Devar Torah on just that. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, ve'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Israel, ve'amarta alehem, ish ומעלה בו מעל, ושכב איש אותה, שכבת זרע, ונעלם מעיני אישה, ונסתרה והיא נטמעה, ואין בה, והיא לא נתפסה, ועבר עליו רוח קנאה, וקינא את אשתו, והיא נטמעה, או עבר עליו רוח קנאה, וקינא את אשתו, והיא לא נטמעה, והביא איש את אשתו אל הכהן, והביא את קורבנה עליה עשירית האפה, כמה שעורים, לא יצעק עליו שמן, ולא ייתן עליו לבונה, כי מנחת קנאות היא, מנחת זיכרון, מזכרת עוון. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
The Torah portion Naso gives a curious insight into the purity of the Israelite people themselves, the women in particular. Up until now, God has been intent upon maintaining the purity of the tabernacle and its accoutrements. Now we are confronted with the possibility of a sotah, the woman who strayed. First of all, the so-called adulteress is only suspected by her husband of having betrayed her marriage. She wasn't caught in flagrante. It is her husband's jealousy that brings us to this humiliating ritual. How it works is this. A jealous husband believes his wife has had carnal relations with another man. He suspects this. Why? We don't know. There's no reason given for her husband's jealousy. In any case, he suspects her. So he brings her to the tabernacle before the Kohen and everybody else, and bringing a symbolic meal offering, accuses her. The high priest then uncovers her hair, places the meal offering in her hand, recites a curse, and then writes the curse, which includes the name of God, takes holy water, some dirt from the floor of the tabernacle, the parchment with the writing, and mixes it together, rubbing the ink off the parchment, erasing the name of God in the process, then makes the wife drink the potion. This is all done before the entire community of Israelites. If the woman has no physical reaction to this, then she is declared innocent. If, however, her belly distends and she becomes infertile, Then she is declared adulteress. How do they know she becomes infertile? I think there is a thought that perhaps she actually has a miscarriage on the spot. Bear in mind, adulteresses who are caught in the act of adultery are put to death. Because this woman whose husband only suspects her, in other words, there are no witnesses and presumably the other man ain't talking, then she is only humiliated before the entire community. Another interesting point is that if the husband was adulterous, the wife's behavior, whether she was messing around herself, her physical reaction to the magic potion was not supposed to affect her in any way. I don't know, but if I had to drink mud and ink, I'd probably have a physical reaction.
Legs green.
Yeah. The sages suggest that perhaps the woman was pregnant and this was a kind of paternity test. Depending on what exactly is in the muddy mixture that she's forced to drink is the expected outcome perhaps of a miscarriage, a 3,300-year-old version of the day after pill. The rabbi's commentary states that the ritual was not about the wife. It was about the husband. And it was about his jealousy. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai felt that the ritual was done to ameliorate the husband's suspicions and possibly to make him realize that publicly debasing his wife because he thought she was unfaithful was a bad thing to do. So the ritual of the Sotah was officially abolished, if it ever was actually put into practice, 2,000 years ago. By then, adultery had become somewhat widespread. And the rabbis, Rabbi Ben Zakkai in particular, decided that it was meaningless to punish wives for adultery. Birds do it, bees do it. When the Second Temple was destroyed, the Sotah became a metaphor for the people of Israel who had strayed so far from God that it was thought to be the reason of the Second Temple was destroyed. Or perhaps there's another explanation. I'd like to believe that our sages realized that as Judaism was evolving, we were becoming a more enlightened and insightful people, and some of the more barbaric practices needed to be changed. We can hope. And on we go to the Elena. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתקבים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Well, you're right side up now, at least. Ours is the duty to praise the All-Sovereign, to honor the artist of creation who made us unique in the human family with a destiny all our own. For this we bend our knees and bow with gratitude before the Sovereign Almighty, Monarch of all, the wellspring of holiness and blessing. Hayom ha'ui Adonai, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Hayom ha'ui Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz. Hayom ha'ui Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. On that day the Eternal shall be one, and God's name shall be one. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. My list: Linnea Haley, Nancy Ness, Reba Fitzgerald, Carolyn Motola, Lag Baomer injured, those injured in the subway overpass collapse in Mexico City, Yehuda Ben Zissel, Susie Hall, Alexei Navalny, Max Smith, Taylor White, the families of the mass shootings, Ziona Swigert and Chava Bat Elsa, Yosef Ben Albert and Valerie Madison, Rav Galit Shira Bat Sarah, Shiron Ben Sarah, Batia Malka Bat Perel Chaya, Menachem Ben Menashe, Ada Bat Chanya, Roland and Judy Hansen, Shendel Bat Sharon, Hannah Bat Shendel, and all COVID-19 victims. And I don't see anybody over on the Facebook side or YouTube, so, okay. And you guys can unmute and let me know people that you'd like to pray for today. Tamara?
Bethel Posner, Yehuda Ben Zissel, Susie Hall, Jack Norman, my cousin Joanne Wolfson, and all the injured in the cancer, or injured not done.
Okay. Ellen?
All those who are emotionally and physically hurt at this time: Paula Bat Rose, Marlene Bat Chaya, Eric Ben Maggie, Ginny Bat Wana.
Thank you. Ziona?
Chelsea Bat Karen, Elizabeth Bat Margaret, Benjamin Noah Ben Chaya, all those in Israel affected by the war, and worldwide, all people affected by war worldwide, and those with COVID and victims of violence.
Amy?
Okay. Pam, Hazel, you and Tracy, Still and Mr. Bob, Rabbi Nancy, Janice, her brother Jeffrey, Albert Madison, Valerie Madison, Reba, Brenda Morgan, Ruth Newman, Owen and Judy Hanson, Nancy Matthew, Fiona, prayers for Israel, and this kid Lee Trent, whose mom just died on Sunday of cancer. All over God.
Okay, thank you. Troy? Troy? Whoops. Lost him. Troy, do you want to? You're muted.
You can put me up on this. My blood sugar's been acting crazy, and then for the past couple of days,
Okay.
I've been having trouble with the pharmacy, the insurance, one of my insulins, but hopefully it's been solved. I'm supposed to go pick up some tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's been crazy for the past couple of days. I don't know. Well,
Okay. And Reba, you want to say a prayer for everybody that has no one to pray for them? May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Yes, pray for the internet because it has been causing problems throughout the service. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh well. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. And at least Reba got back right side up, although she still can't hear anything. And the Mortar's Kaddish. And I'm praying today for a friend of mine who died about a year ago. I didn't know for months. I didn't find out until almost the end of the year. Chris Moore. She's the daughter of a pastor here. And we had kind of bonded. She was in the chorale and the theater, the little performance workshop we had, and she was adorable. But all of the people killed in the Israeli-Gaza conflict, those killed in the Lag BaOmer disaster and the Mexico City tragedy, all the COVID-19 victims, and all victims of racial injustice. And again, if you'd like to unmute and stay unmuted to say the Kaddish, try.
You know, Albert Gallo, is a little boy that was killed last week sometime. And then my cousin Barbara Bowen, her yard site was a few days ago, on the 15th. And let's see, I think that's about it.
Okay, Ellen?
All those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Dali Ben Ida. Thelma Bat Ida. That's it.
Okay. Amy? The ice cream lady.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm in shock. I can't believe it. Isaiah, Aziza the giraffe, April the giraffe, Beverly Fletcher, Beverly Eaton, Brian Sicknick, Howard Liebengood, my friend Beth, Wayne Capratt, Jenny Mayer, Jared Lloyd, Charles Taylor Jr., Sapphire, Scott Whitehead, Eric Kelly, Dante Ray, Robert DMX, and Joan Trent, who I still can't believe she's gone. Oh, and the people who died in Israel. I can't believe
Okay.
that.
Ziona?
Catherine Bat Luli and Safira Bat Siona, and victims of violence and COVID and war.
And Tamara?
Okay, my parents, Pearl and Harry Blecker, Patrick Shanahan, Jeff Vicker, all aunts and uncles, and my family, and cousins that have passed away, and people that have died, and not parents.
Okay, and I know Reba.
Praise for everybody.
Reba prays for everybody who has no one to say Kaddish for them.
Oh, there.
Okay, please join me in the mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gedal, Yit Gedal, Shemei Baba. Be'alma Yivarach Yedutei, Be'amlik Malchutei, Be'hayecha Yomecha, Be'hayech Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala Bisman Kariv, Be'elam Amen. Yehei Shemei Baba Be'alach Be'alam Yitvarach Yishtabach, Yitbar Yitramam Yitnaseh, Yitadar Yitaleh Yitalam, Shemei Kedishah Yerefu, Le'ela Yikol Yirchata B'Shivata, Tushbechata V'Nechemata, Da'amiram Be'alma, Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabba Min Shemaya, L'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Amen. Say shalom Yehovah, Kul Yaseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevei ve'emalu. Amen.
Aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Olay shalom min humra. Shalom shalom. Aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael. Bi'al Yisrael. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, say shalom Yirama, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'yivru amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol being here at Shalom today.
Toda Rabbi, Rabbi.
Thank you. And love you.
Fix it tomorrow, okay?
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Feel good. Stay safe.
Oh, we'll try.